buttons do you have to start?
I got a lot of buttons to get us started, but the most important button is the one that starts the countdown, which is already started, and I didn't hit my other button.
Yeah.
I got to figure out how to get all. Got to get all my buttons together.
Get the buttons together. What do you think this is? I got to turn my sound down so y'all aren't hearing 26 shows. Now I'm ready. My phone fell off my desk a minute ago. I thought it shattered.
Oh, that's not a great way to start your day.
Oh, I would be so mad. I wouldn't even be here right now if that happened. I'd be crying in the corner.
That's not how we do this. We are broadcast professionals, so the show must go on.
That's right. Sure. We don't drop iPhones and stuff before the show starts.
Shattered phones or not, the show must go on. But man,
amen.
I'm frazzled this morning. I'm just trying to get everything together here, and my gosh, goodness gracious. It's
that's kind usually me. Hello.
I know. That's why I was kind of like, all right, I'm hoping Jana's got it together today. Because I sure don't.
So much for that idea.
Hey, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bacon in Your Mailbox. I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. That, I don't know, she looks like a human wreath right now with that scarf around her neck. She is.
I take that as a compliment.
Community admirer, Jana Clark. Which we'll talk about wreaths and things like that here in just a little bit. But hey, we're 74 today. Welcome in.
I'm going to need a cane before long.
I'm telling you, I'm about there myself. Thank you, Stith Family Farms, the Award Center, Amazing Glazing Donuts, and Bluegrass Cellular for being a sponsor of Bacon in Your Mailbox. And it wouldn't be a start of a show unless we said to our friend Carter, good morning, Carter Blankenship.
Oh, Carter also got that call from Santa. Did you see that?
Oh, the video?
Yep. Oh, I didn't see the video. I just saw the picture.
Okay. There is a video.
Okay, I'll find it.
Oh, we're going to pull that out. I meant to download that video and Jennifer showed it to me last night, and oh my gosh, it's the cutest thing ever. So
I love it. Okay.
We're definitely going to have to do that part of the week of Christmas festivities. It'll have to be Carter as Santa Claus.
Oh, for sure.
So our first posters of the day, we'll say good morning to Morgan Castor. She's probably up and early because there is a special day today. I want to make sure I got his age right because I wrote it down wrong earlier and that would have not ended well because Castors, I'm on their enemy list anyway. But Lucas Castor is turning 9 years old today.
Oh my goodness. 9 is huge. Like that's a big day.
So happy birthday, Lucas. But when your mom is like a cupcake connoisseur and can make, some fabulous things. I mean, she could probably make a cake that is literally a waterfall that has flowing water.
Would be maybe that's what's going down over there.
What kind of stress does your kids put on you to make a good cake?
This is when you go, Mom's tired. Can we go to the bakery?
That's when you go, hey, everybody else pays me for these cakes. If you want one, shell over some coin.
That's right.
Hey, there's our buddy Vicky with a hiya, a wave, and a lot of bacons.
That's my crazy Aunt Vic right there.
Yeah, we got to love crazy Aunt Vic. Hey, Roberta Rose Haycraft. She's like Santa's elf over there at Herb Jones Chevrolet.
Look at that cute festive hat she's got going on there. I love that.
Yeah, and then she's got that troll next to her in the picture.
You're so nice. So nice. It's a lot of love in here today.
She'll tell him. That's good. So her man works at EPD. He's in dispatch.
Yeah.
So I take over homemade from scratch cookies in with milk a couple of years ago. And I want to say it was like Christmas Eve. It might've been New Year's. It was a holiday. And it was I took some in for the evening and then some for the overnight shift.
How nice.
And he immediately said, oh, these are definitely out of a box.
Oh,
I mean, I labored over those things. Made them with love.
Then you went and threw away the box.
No, they were legit. He gives me a hard time anyway, but that's our relate. Of course, a lot of people do that. I don't know how I built that relationship with people where everybody feels like they can just pick on me all the time.
Yes, that is shocking. It's a Christmas miracle that people give you a hard time all the time.
Because it hurts my soul.
I know. I can tell. You seem very damaged.
I'm trying. Mary Stucker Hall, good morning. Oh, look at Brian
Hey,
Dennis
Mary.
getting creative.
Oh, hey, Santa.
Oh, now we got some emoji wars going on there. Vicky with a Janus Festa going on. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Yeah. There's Terry Ship. Good morning, Terry. I bet he's not playing golf this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ship. Oh my gosh. This morning, woo, it's a cold one.
It's crazy.
Took the dogs out last night late. Wow. Ran back in.
So Morgan says that Lucas asked for a coconut cream pie.
So she said he asked for it. She didn't say if he was going to get it. But between me and you, I bet he does.
That's probably because he probably said, hey, Mom, I want this. And she said, look, you guys pay for the cake. And he's like, whatever, I'll just have a pie.
Coconut cream pie for birthday does not sound like a bad idea.
No. You know what my traditional birthday dessert is?
Mud pie.
Hot fudge cake.
Oh.
We've had that. I don't know how old I was, probably 12, 13. Every year I have hot fudge cake for my birthday. So, man, it's, ice cream in the middle and hot.
Just thinking about it.
Oh,
Listen, right now, every time I turn around, there's a cookie or a cake or something.
Yeah. Vicky's going back a recap from the show on Tuesday about the cake.
Hey, you know what? Someone showed that to me because they heard us talking about it. And they said, you said on the show that you hadn't seen it. And I said, I had no idea what they were talking about. And they showed it to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder a cake lady, that would hurt her soul. I get it now.
Because, if you make a cake that looks like Thomas the Tank Engine, or I don't know what else you can make. I guess that would probably offend you.
Yeah. And then you start cookie cuttering out that jazz with a glass.
Right. And by the way, Morgan says, Lucas says, thank you all.
Aw.
Well, happy birthday, Lucas.
Happy birthday, Lucas.
I'm sure Mom's going to treat you very, very special today. There's Elaine.
Hey, Elaine.
And we got a crew today. I like this. So
listen, it's all of Santa's elves.
So you were talking about taking the puppies out, your dogs out early this morning. So if you friended me on Facebook, you saw that, which by the way, broke Facebook, I think, in a way. I posted a picture of my puppy, my new puppy, and I think it broke Facebook. Wasn't an intention, but we were just super excited. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to virtually Daisy May.
She is the cutest thing. How much does she weigh? I can kind of get a reference, I guess.
Yeah. 7 pounds, like 2 ounces right now.
Wow.
Yeah. She is.
No wonder you broke Facebook. Look at that face.
Oh, it's cute as a button, but it's all puppy. I've not had a puppy in 30 years.
Listen, I haven't had a puppy in at least that long or longer. So I feel you. That was me last summer.
It's a newborn. It's literally like having a regular kid.
Listen, it's a 2.5 to 3 hour schedule over and over, day and night.
I know. So Gavin, of course, he's home from school, so he's up until 2 a.m. with her. We figured this plan out 2 nights ago. So, because the first night, oh my gosh, that was Jennifer up. But so he stays up with her till like 2 a.m., off and on. And then Jennifer or myself go in rotation. So, and once she goes out to the bathroom, she wants to play.
Oh, of course.
And being that.
And how sharp are those little teeth?
That's what I'm saying. Being a young puppy, oh my gosh, those are razors, and she wants to gnaw on everything. And
yes.
And I guess I don't know because I'm hairy or what, she likes to gnaw on me a little more.
Well, it's not because you're sweet. That's what my kids would tell me. She mows because you're sweet. And I would be like, get her off of me. Oh. Yeah.
But,
wow. It does help to be able to trade her off, to be able to say, here, take a shift. Here, take a shift. It does make it better. Oh my gosh.
She's venturing around now and getting into stuff. And so, it's cool. And so what's funny is we went to pick her up on Saturday and I had a few things to get done beforehand. So Jennifer, Gavin, and Garrett went out to acquire some supplies that we needed.
Oh yeah.
That was a horrible idea on my part.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had no control. And Gavin's like, well, I had no say. Yeah, you did.
No, he didn't.
they came back with I don't half the pet store
Half the store, at
with
least.
with all the supplies and the bed and the toys, the teething rings, and a
Of course.
30-pound bag of dog food. Again, let me show you how big this dog is.
That's hysterical.
We have a 30-pound bag of puppy food.
Well, you'll be surprised at how quickly. Now, I don't know exactly. Do you know how big she'll get ish?
Yeah, probably 50 pounds, 55
Okay.
pounds. We've had boxers
So
all of our
you'll be
life.
surprised at how quickly she multiplies in size. Because I did forget that about puppies too. And all of a sudden one day you'll be like, oh my gosh, this puppy is a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
I'm so excited for you all. And it's worth every cut that you're going to have on your ankles. I used to call Tipsy the ankle biter because literally you couldn't stand around her. She would be nibbling at you.
Yeah.
Now she's just a ninja. She'll steal anything. And she's the biggest counter surfer. Like she's tall and she has these long legs and they fit right up on the counter. So that's the stage we're in, is trying to train her to keep her paws off the counter. It's not going well. She's very stubborn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I already know it. I keep calling her Annie because my mom and dad, my dad, Raj, as you like to call him, his sidekick is Annie Mae. So we have Daisy Mae, but I keep calling her Annie because she looks just like Annie.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It'll be interesting to see if they look alike later when she grows up some.
I think so. Mary says boxers are the best. I agree. And I mean, you get into arguments about what dog, people have their preference of dog.
You bet.
But we've always been a boxer family, and nothing against any other dog, but
yeah,
I've never had a bad boxer, you know what I mean? Like temperament and stuff. So
yes. Cookie, every time because boxers like to get in your face and lick on you and like to kiss on you. I mean, they like to lick on you. And so every time Cookie does that to somebody, I'm like, oh, that's the boxer. Oh, that's the boxer. And my husband's like, why do you have to say that every time? And I'm like, I don't know, because I think it's just a thing for boxers, because she's boxer pit mix. Mm-hmm. And so I just think it's the boxer in her that makes her want to get in your face and lick up your nostril.
And they like to play. That they
you
do.
Bet.
So we'll
love it. Well, congratulations. Hang in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least I'll have a running partner now. I can't get anybody else to run with me when I get her. Well, now I can't, because I think I could outrun her. But down the road, I mean, I'm going to have to work up into that.
Oh, for sure.
All right. So you're baking in the mailbox weather forecast today. Increasing clouds and 42. Clouds, rain late tonight, 33. Look at this. They call it a snow squall.
What?
That's what it said on the forecast. Snow squall early. Cloudy and 43. I mean, it's not going to be anything to worry about, I think. But I guess it flowing in the air and how it does, I don't know.
Well, I don't know about the words snow and squall in the same sentence. That scares me a little.
Yeah. All right. So if you were looking for a reason to celebrate today, there's a couple of reasons. There's a few, actually. Today is Cat Herders Day. Celebrating people who have incredibly difficult jobs trying to manage people and tasks. So it's not really people who herd cats.
Yes, but when you hear that term, that it's like herding cats, you immediately get the gist. So it's a very appropriate phrase for such challenges.
Of course, I would think herding cats, I think that the difficult part of herding a cat would be, I think, branding them.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to herd them like back in the Western days, you'd have to brand them. And then if you're running a cat drive to the railhead, if you have to cross any rivers, cats don't like water. So
cats don't like water.
Good luck.
And they're quick. If you brand a cat, it's taken off and you're never going to see it again.
There you go.
You're not going to have to worry about that river.
It's gone. Today is also National Cupcake Day.
Oh, of course it is.
And this goes... Chad Dudley, that was just for you because, we always have to have, it seems like a food theme. So.
Yeah.
And, but cupcakes had that run for a few years where like they were the thing. But I think, I don't want to say they've fallen on hard times, but they're not, it's not like it used to be where you had all the cupcake shows on TV.
Listen, now it's hot chocolate bombs.
Yes. And hot chocolate charcuterie boards. Have you seen that?
Yes, which is totally cute. by the way. Yes. But I can't turn around without someone asking me if my kid, did you get hot chocolate bombs for your kids for Christmas? I guess I'm going to have to come through on that one.
Yeah,
We
I don't.
haven't had them yet, but they're apparently the coolest ever.
Well, I've not had them either, so they're not the coolest ever if we've not had them yet.
That is very true.
So we can work on that. But with this this trend of these charcuterie boards, like we mentioned, the charcuterie cottages that people were making instead of gingerbread
Yes.
houses, and then
Yes.
you have the charcuterie board of hot chocolate now, where you mix all that up. And then I
Yes.
saw a story of people are making their charcuterie boards in the wreaths.
It's beautiful.
It is pretty.
I love it.
I don't necessarily see the reason behind it. I mean, you're missing out on some meat and stuff on there if you do it like that, right?
Just festive. It's just festive. In the middle is where you stack all the bacon.
Ah, look at you using that noodle. Yeah.
That is pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I like that. That's good
I
stuff.
love to make them, but before they were charcuterie boards, Mitch and I just said, just want to have some meat and cheese with for dinner, because it was so easy. You just pull out a block of cheese and some summer sausage or deer meat or something and a cracker, some Mr. Mustard, your GTG,
Yeah. Look at you, GTG. For those aren't up on the slang, that's good to go. Just so you know. All right, brah.
Bruh. Okay, bruh.
Bruh.
You're capping, bruh.
Yeah. That story's a banger. We just went up the list.
We did. We're shooting up.
When I produced the podcast for the teens in here, A World Through Our Eyes, they sit in here and say some of that stuff, and I have to write it down because I had to go look that up. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Truly. You have to Google it.
It's funny. I don't Google it in front of them. I don't want to look that old.
Oh, no, you just act like you know what they're talking about. And honestly, you can figure it out with the context and then get the details later.
Yeah. So
sure.
So these are charcuterie. I'm going to have to figure out how to even spell charcuterie board. Because
it looks like charcuterie.
Yeah. If they're sure. Because if we're going to be doing all these things like the charcuterie boards for hot chocolate and all the fancy meats and the wreaths and stuff, then I'm going to have to figure out how to spell that.
Yep.
So we'll do that. Hey, back to our post. Morgan says, try putting socks on a cat. That's an experience. I guarantee you that's an experience.
I can't even imagine. First of all, just getting the socks on the cat would be hysterical.
Oh, Brian says, try being the youngest member of a club and being president. I guess technically it's a feline. It's a Lions club, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. But, you can call it the Young Cats Club. They won't care.
Greg is sus. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
I have to look that up. And Brian only knows that because of Brandon told him that.
Oh, I know. He's got an inside track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Brandon cracks me up because he pulls out some of that hip slang. And I'm going, what? Truly. Anyway.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's National Cupcake Day, Cat Herders Day. It is Bill of Rights Day. It was on this date in 1791 that Virginia ratified the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. And with this, the amendments reached the required number of state ratifications necessary to become part of the Constitution. So Virginia did that back in 1791.
It's not even NTI themed day, and look at you you're throwing out the historical significance of this day. Pass that along to your kiddos.
Busting them out. Hey, did you watch Monday Night Football last night?
I did not.
Oh my gosh, you missed a game and a half.
Listen, all I heard, so in the morning when my kids get up, I don't have to worry about wondering what happened in any sporting activity the night before, because that's all they talk about to each other. And they're not even really with each other every night. One goes to bed earlier. This morning, they were nonstop crazy. And I was like, well, guess I know what happened there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a great game. Ravens and the Browns. That was pretty cool.
Did you stay up and watch it? Oh, well, you were puppy sitting anyway, so you were up.
No, I fell asleep in the first quarter and woke up in the fourth quarter.
That's funny.
So I got, and I turned it back on. I was like, oh, here we go. I got it about right at the time that Lamar Jackson went to the locker room. And
Wow.
I don't know why this is childish for me. Anytime you see a player like that run off to the locker room, they didn't like hobble off. They ran off. I'm like, oh, he went to go poop. That's where he went.
So what happened? What was it?
Well, I dehydrated or cramps
Oh.
is what they said
Oh,
it was.
okay.
So
All right.
he missed one drive and then came back in. But
Okay.
I was like, when he was running off, I don't know why, but immediately go, oh yeah, because that has to happen.
He's in a hurry.
They
Well,
had
of
their.
course it does. We've talked about that when you're running. Yes, it does.
Can you imagine that though? Here's Lamar. He's like, hey,
No,
coach, can we can we
I
let
gotta
him?
go.
Can we let him? Drive down the field a little longer because
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
roll.
Can you keep that defense out there? Oh, well, sure, son, because I need a break.
So anyway, there you go. But it was a great game. Both teams driving there at the end. I mean, it was back and forth. Pretty cool stuff. So I like that.
So now the Ravens won, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to be sure I had this right.
Yeah.
Because when your kids are smack talking back and forth over individual players, you kind of lose sight of the final score. Okay.
So was it a Lamar and Baker Mayfield
Yeah.
discussion? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because they both played. They played awesome. I mean,
Apparently.
and then the announcer said it too. But I think it was the best NFL game of the year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really am sorry I missed it. I was tired. Yesterday was a long Monday and I gave in.
Yeah. Hey, Brian's got to run. Have a great day, everybody. There you go, Brian.
Bye, Brian.
I mean, I don't
Have a
think
good
he's going
day.
to run. I think he's probably
Get all the
gonna leave.
stuff done.
Yeah. Bruh.
Bruh.
Have
Take
a
that
banger.
to-do list.
Have a banger day.
Have I told you about my list problem? I have a list. I have a Christmas list, a grocery list, a gift list. I have all these lists and I'll lose one. And then when I find it, there's stuff on it that I forgot to put on the other list I had made. I need to consolidate my list and get myself organized.
Good luck with that.
For holidays.
Yeah, but then when you try to consolidate your list, you end up like me. I try to put them on my phone, but then I've got work stuff, I've got race
Same.
management stuff, I got charity stuff, I got home stuff that all get mixed together. And then I try to do the notepad thing. That ends up with like 5 pages of notes because you don't copy over what from the day before.
Truly. Like I'm a mess right now but I'm determined to get a handle on it in the next couple of days because I need to get done. And then last night, I swear, speaking of kids, whose idea was that, by the way? My kids have the past couple of days, and they usually don't do this. They've pulled hey, you know what you can get me for Christmas?
Ah.
Okay, I just give them this look. Like, don't even go there. And I finally last night said, if it costs more than $5 and won't fit in a stocking, don't even keep it to yourself till birthday. I don't even want to know. $5 fits in a stocking. You can give that to me. Anything else, forget it.
Because you're past that point.
I'm past that point. I'm done. Done. Like, no.
Yeah. You got to
There you go.
got to think about it earlier than that. So.
And one of those kids, by the way, I have a new driver. Well, as of last Thursday, he can drive by himself.
I saw that.
Oh my gosh. Talk about a milestone for his mother.
How many gallons of fuel he already went through?
Well, it is interesting that I guess maybe it was Saturday afternoon. He pulled the, hey, can I just go for a drive? And so I was like, sure, because it was during the middle of the day and he'd gotten his stuff done. And before he left, I go, hang on, are we talking about a 30-minute drive or a 3-hour drive? And he goes, I'm talking like a 30-minute drive. And so he did. He just went for a drive by himself.
It's good. I mean, that's the freedom thing.
It is. And then he picked up a friend and that he had seen the week before and they went to eat on Sunday. And then he also, this was the magic moment. This is where it all makes sense for me. He took his brother somewhere for me yesterday.
That's magical, isn't it?
Listen, I could get used to that. I will get used to that. And then the kid will leave and I'll be back. But It is a little stressful, but I'm super happy for him, especially with everything going on. Like I feel like it really gave him a renewed excitement about something. Like he was super jazzed about being able to
So
drive on his own.
are you a live 360 family? Were you
Oh yeah,
track?
we are.
Okay, because
Yeah.
we are too, and I don't do
Yeah.
that to keep tabs on my kids as much as it is just the I don't know. It's just the comfort of knowing where they are. Not that I'm
Absolutely.
constantly digging in on it, but
Yes.
could you
Yes.
imagine? Like I couldn't imagine my parents when I drove for the first time. When you
Truly.
left.
Not having any idea. Yes, you're right.
That's where
You're right.
technology. I mean, and we paid for the full version of it, which is I don't know, like $5 a month, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's good to have
Yes, it is.
because Gavin's a good driver, but every once in a while you got to remind kids of specific things,
You bet.
and I know some parents don't agree with me that I track my kids, but I pay for the car insurance. I pay for the fuel that goes in that car. I pay for the phone that he uses. So yeah,
Yes.
if you want to pay for all
And
your stuff, go ahead.
And I just need the peace of mind. But Life 360, let's be honest, I really also use it so I can see if my husband is shopping for more bourbon or not.
Oh, do you?
So the other day he goes, I don't know where he told me he was going, but he went there. And then he also stopped by John O's on the way home.
Oh, oh, oh. I'm just saying. I make a trip by Kroger a lot, but I never go into.
And it just made me laugh. And he was like, you shouldn't pay attention to stuff like that around Christmas. And I was like, that's not going to fly. Don't even try to blame it on some sweet little secret Santa errand of yours.
I mean, there's a lot of things on the Dixie there by John O's. And there's things in Radcliffe at my friend Rob Fogel's at North Hardin Wine and Spirits.
Love his heart. It was just funny. I loved it.
Sometimes you got to do that kind of stuff.
Sometimes you just got to do it. Sometimes you need a little Santa errand.
I mean, yeah, maybe he didn't buy anything. Maybe just went by to say, hey.
Hello? Really?
No, not at all.
No.
It's kind of become like the old guys of McDonald's when you go in those places now, because
I know.
guys that enjoy specific types of bourbon, they can go in there and you see somebody start talking about this or that you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't hide myself on the Live 360. I mean, you can see where I'm going.
Oh, same for me. Well, none of us do. Yeah. But I will tell you a fun bourbon story. Mitch had so much fun one day because he was in the parking lot of, I don't even know, I can't even tell you which store it was, but a gentleman pulled up and Mitch obviously had some bourbon with him. And I think he was talking on the phone like he was calling somebody to tell him what he had found. And a gentleman asked him, he said, hey, I'm looking for a nice Christmas gift. Do you have any recommendations for me since you just came out of there? And Mitch was able to share with him some special bottle that they had, asked for it here, do this, whatever. And Mitch was like, the guy was like so appreciative. And he started telling me who he was buying it for and what the story was. And all of a sudden they're like bonded over a Christmas gift of a special bottle. And he was he was so happy. He was so happy about it.
I've done that 3 times this year for Christmas gifts for people. They're like, hey,
I just think that is so fun.
Do you know how I can get a hold of this or that? I'm like, yeah. And I'm one of those guys that, look, if you're one of these secondary market people that charge way more than what it's worth, don't come calling me, because that's not what I'm going to do. I'm just not going to get it. But but yeah, I've been able to tell some people some bourbons that were, hey, this is not necessarily on the radar of what's great. Like it's not a Pappy Van Winkle, but this is a good bottle of bourbon that somebody would definitely appreciate for it. So,
I love it.
It's been cool. But
I love it. But I think he was excited to be able to do that for a complete stranger, like in the moment. So it was fun.
I'm not sure Jennifer believes me on all that though, because, I've used that line quite a few times because I've said, oh, this is for the office. And then, that I'm getting paid back.
Right.
And I do, but it does sound kind of fishy after a while when every time you go on a trip that's that way.
Sure.
Yeah. Morgan says I shouldn't have. Porch drop-offs is fine. Yeah, I know what you want. Yeah. Morgan wants some of that bourbon, but that's okay.
Yep.
Oh, which by the way, a couple of stories that I want to make sure we talk about. One is that be on the
Okay.
lookout. This is the secret stuff. Nobody knows this yet. The secret sauce.
All right.
So we did a special barrel pick of Woodford Double Oak,
Awesome.
and we're going to be selling it through North Hard Wine and Spirits and Mammoth Liquors. And
Fun.
proceeds from that bottle will go to the Carl Bashir Veteran Center.
Oh, perfect.
And it actually has a special label on it for that.
Love it.
So more stuff coming out on that later this week. We're finishing that all up, but it's in. We've just got to do a couple of things with it. So
That's
other
cool.
story. I don't know if you saw this in the newspaper, where Tony Melito, Budget Car Sales, donated $62,000 to pay off layaways at Walmart and Radcliffe.
Really?
Yeah. So I get a call last Thursday evening when we went to the Eric and Joe show. I get a call from Krista over at the United Way and said, hey, we've got something happening tomorrow that's kind of outside of what we do at the United Way, but this is really, really cool. We've had a donor that has allocated money to pay off layaways at the Walmart in Radcliffe.
Wow.
Would you come and video it and do a story on it? I said, of course I will. Because it's like, I mean, who doesn't want to go watch somebody pay that off?
Heck yeah.
So I'll be posting a little video later on, and I've got an interview with Krista and Tony. Tony and his wife, Sherry, they donate money every year anonymously for stuff. But this year they wanted to inspire people to do something different, do something more. And he had saw this done. I think Kid Rock did it. And so they figured out what they wanted to do. And him and Sherry talked about it, and they cried over it. And he said that they wanted people to know who it was so we can inspire other people to do something that way.
I think that's amazing.
Of course, layaways had to be picked up yesterday. I guess that's how it works. I'm not sure, but layaways had to be picked up yesterday. So these were either, if they were a larger number, there's a good chance they weren't going to get picked up, or there was it was going to be a little bit of a hardship. But they paid off 200 and almost 260 layaways. They paid off every layaway that was left at the Walmart in Radcliffe. And when Krista called Tony and said, hey, we've got so much money left, what would you want to do? He goes, go to E-Town, pay off the E-Town until you run out of money.
My goodness.
So there were people that came in to pay their layaway off. And when they walked up to the counter while they were going through the process, they would say, yeah, it's $247 is your balance. And they would get ready to pay. And she goes, nope, it's paid off. This lady just paid it.
Wow. That just gave me chills.
I mean, it's just a great story. And then, so that was pretty cool. I thought that was an amazing thing. And it's worth mentioning that, that people are doing that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So, that was fun. I've got a little video of it. You're very limited on what you can do though, when you're inside of a Walmart.
Sure.
I mean, we did some video stuff but 62, here's the funny thing about it is you can't use a debit card when you're paying that stuff off because it's going to flag a debit card, right?
What do you do?
You can't pay them into cashier's checks because you'd have to have a bunch of them. $62,000 in cash.
Wow.
So we had a police escort from the United Way office
how cool
to the Radcliffe city limits. And then the Radcliffe PD picks us up and follows us to the Walmart and then walks in with us. Nobody knows that we had $62,000 in a bag.
Right. Does that much money fit in one bag?
You would be surprised at how little of a bag that is when it's $100 bills and $20 bills.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. It was not as impressive as I thought it would be. Because when I first saw the bag, I'm like, wow. And then she pulls the bag out of the bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
great story.
It was awesome.
Story.
Yeah. So I someday in my life, I hope I'm able to do that.
Amen. Well, you do, Greg. You just do it in different ways. Honestly, it's funny that you say that because you just have if you could ever just sit down and reflect and write down all of the stuff that you do it. You just don't do it in that way. I'm convinced of it. Yeah, so anyway,
I mean, it's fun to be able to do stuff. Sometimes it's fun to inspire other people to do stuff and not do it. and I've told people when I was a chair of the United Way campaign that you don't have to be the person that writes the big check.
Right.
You can be the person that inspires other people, like ants that work together to move something to make a
You
difference.
bet.
And you can do that.
You
And here's another way. And I'm getting the interview together now. Maria Bell up in Radcliffe. They're doing a Christmas Day dinner. It's
I
going to
saw
be
that.
a drive through and that in honor of our friend Tanya Seabrooks
Yes.
and her memory. So if anybody wants to make a difference, make a monetary donation to that meal because
To help them get everything they need, because it's different, because it is actually easier if you're hosting people inside to come and eat. It is more difficult. You need more supplies. The logistics are tougher. You have to plan in a different way. So you would think that this year may be a little bit, it's actually going to be more difficult for them. And so they need some extra dollars in the coffer to pull this off this year. And we want this year to be a big one, right? We want it to be really, really special. So that's a wonderful place for people to spend, to make a difference if you haven't done something already this season.
and the northern end of the county had some bummer spots this year, with the library and
Yeah.
some other things that have happened.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
good to see that, the
Absolutely.
paying off of these layaways, and then Maria, with the passing of Tanya Seabrooks, somebody can argue with me if they want, but she's an icon in Hardin
Truly.
County. I mean, even if you didn't know her, you've known work that she's done, and losing her was a big loss for our community. And I know that people like me who loved her, want her spirit to continue. And it's pressure on those folks because they want this to be the biggest year ever for that meal because Tanya was all about that.
It is. And she carried a lot of that work and that pressure and that, I mean, she did so much of that work herself, and not because she had to, it's because she so believed in that cause and wanted to help the people that she cared about the very most. And so I agree that I'm glad that you mentioned that, because now is a great time to make sure that you can help make that happen.
Yeah. And and just flat out honesty, sometimes when Tanya would call, I'm like, crap, here's Tanya calling again. What am I going to get myself into? Because she was always wanting to do something. Yeah.
You just say yes, but she's got 20 other people to help, and because she was just that person. Listen, talk about a cat herder.
Oh,
she could get it done. And there is no better way to honor someone like that than to continue the things that she worked so heartfelt for.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw where ECTC has announced that they have the Tanya Seabrooks. That's cool.
That's another great way to create a legacy where people, I mean, there will be several of those that when they will end up being synonymous with Tanya and the game changer that she was, which is fat. I mean, if you're going to be remembered for being something, how about being remembered for being a game changer in your community?
Yeah. You give yourself that nickname. At first, I thought,
I know.
But you know what? When you give yourself a nickname, you better back it up. And she did more than back it up.
Got it.
She stamped that to herself forever.
So fun.
So,
what an angel she is now to all of us, truly.
So if we can do stuff to inspire other people, do that, make a difference, whatever way you can. Another way that you can make a difference, and I'm going to post, actually, I shared the video at Kentucky's Heartland yesterday. Okay. The Casa of the Heartland released their video for promotion of the 90-day in their shoes challenge. So you have 90 days to do 90 miles in the honor of 90 kids on the waiting list for Casa Volunteer. Right. And by the way, somebody asked me, when do you have to do that? You can start January 1 if you want. That's the deadline. So if you sign up, let's just say you sign up this week, and you say you want to start January 1. Start January 1. You have 90 days from that point. And so every day you can walk a mile, or you can do 3 miles in a day, whatever you want to do, but dedicate each one of those miles to those kids. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to wait till January 1 to start and try to push it out in a couple of weeks.
Yes. So if you wait till January 1 to start, is the deadline 90 days from the day you start?
Mm-hmm.
That got lost on me a little. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and register. Pick your day. You have 90 days from the day you start doing the miles.
Yeah. And the reason it got lost a little bit is that this was going to be like a fall event since they lost their big fundraiser And we've kind of pushed it because we were thinking about, you know what, so many people want to do something cool and unique for the new year on their fitness goals.
Yes.
And so this is the way. So we kept pushing it. There are people that are going through that 90 days right now.
Okay.
And it's not about anything else but you doing it. And then when you submit your miles and do your miles and then they've got some pretty cool swag. They've got a nice medal that we helped create. Cool. You've got a nice t-shirt, and there's some other swag from Costa too. So, and it's $90. So all the profits, all the proceeds from that benefit them. So
perfect.
Good stuff. All right. Well, hey, it's Tuesday, so we don't have a pirate joke. I have just a couple of bacon bits. I don't really have that much because I was thinking about mistletoe. Because you can't, I mean, that's isn't it weird? You know, mistletoe is always awkward anyway if somebody makes you hold up to it.
Especially when you shove your kids together underneath the mistletoe, which is what I always used to try to get my kids underneath the mistletoe together and watch them go, ew, Mom, that's gross.
Yeah. So did you know that mistletoe is an ancient symbol of fertility and virility and well, some people considered it aphrodisiac. Just saying.
Okay.
But did you know the Germanic word for mistletoe literally means dung on a twig? So you've been pushing your kids to kiss under dung on a twig.
That's hysterical.
I mean, that would change all these Christmas songs. It would change all these holiday traditions if we didn't call it mistletoe.
I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus underneath the
dung on a twig
that night. Does change it a little, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can see why they went with mistletoe instead.
And you know, okay, do you have other bacon bits that are about mistletoe?
Yeah, not really.
Okay, so I have one. Let me just throw in a random one. Mistletoe is really hard to find. Live mistletoe, like real mistletoe. And so there are some places, and to get it is at the very top of the tree, and you have to like shoot it out, but it's not really pretty and it doesn't last. So when you see pretty mistletoe hanging from like on a ball or like gathered up together with a pretty little ribbon, it's not real mistletoe.
It's fake.
Like even if you order real mistletoe off of Amazon, it says real mistletoe delivered. It's not. Don't fall for it. Which is, I'm not telling you not to do it because I get it. It's symbolic, but it's not the real thing. You wouldn't be as impressed with the real thing if you didn't know what it was. So.
No, you wouldn't. So, that whole mistletoe thing.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Kids want him to walk through the dining room here because we've got it hanging in the dining room.
Yeah. They go around.
Whatever
they just have that little puppy. They need to take little Daisy May over there and they'll get the biggest kiss they've ever gotten.
Oh, they play that card with Daisy May though. They watch to make sure that, they let her play for 30 minutes and then they come down. Hey, would you want me to take over watching? Yeah, I know, because she's going to sleep for 2 hours on your chest and there's nothing like a puppy snoring in your lap.
You got it.
That is the cutest thing on the planet.
You got it.
And a little puppy breath every once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what happens in between the sleeping things? Whew. That's a lot going on there. Yeah. All right. And so that's about it.
Yeah.
Good. Well, good. I'm tired of doing this show.
Glad you're done. Shush. Enough of you.
So hopefully you guys have been inspired to do something today, make a little difference in the community. I know Salvation Army still needs bell ringers because their list of people that normally would ring the bells, a lot of those are older population and definitely aren't out there doing that now. So just kind of keep that in mind.
So do something and then call someone that you know and give them some ideas on how they can do something too, because we just need to spread it. Like the people that always do stuff during the holidays are mindful that way, and it's kind of things that they do. What we need to do is find people who maybe don't know how to make a difference and give them your ideas and help them accomplish that. Like look for the helpers out there and do that.
There's a lot of opportunity, especially in this day and age that we're in.
Yeah.
So good stuff. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she is Jana Clark. The real, you've heard of the singing trees and the Christmas trees at churches. She's the talking wreath. There,
I wish now I'd hung little earrings in here or something. I'm gonna do that next time.
Thursday, you can do that.
I
Besides
can.
being a human wreath, she is the community admirer. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been show number 74 of Bacon in Your Mailbox.
Bye, y'all.